Wait. I will not be ignored.
Oh, you won't, huh? Watch this. Jack, give me a beer, please.
And Mama Hawk Siddiqui, George's shop steward. Has George been a bad boy?
Saddam Hussein is a bad boy. George O'Grady is evil.
Listen, Enzo, let's get this over with, okay? Why don't you just read me the latest list of complaints so I can ignore them and you can get the hell out of here?
These are all letters from the cab drivers complaining about the execution of my duties. But then why are all these complaints in the same handwriting? And why does our cab company have no record of cab drivers named George O'Grady, George O'Leary, George O'Keefe, Grady O'George, Grady O'Grady, George O'George?
Nevertheless, the sentiment so colorfully expressed in those letters is absolutely valid.
Aha. How do you know what's in those letters, you jackal?
J. Edgar Hindu.
Kindly direct me to the restrooms. Thanks to the stress your friend George O'Grady is inflicting upon me, my wife's samosas are going right through me.
You're gonna have to help me out here. The sins of Mamelhawk is not the pushover I thought he was.
Why don't you just blackmail him?
Blackmail? Sounds good. What do I have to do?
Do I have to spoon-feed you everything? You just knock him out, throw him in bed with the dead hooker, take his picture, and get on with your life.
Isn't it bad luck to kill a hooker? No. Wouldn't it be easier just to catch him with another woman and maybe threaten to tell his wife?
Hold on, wait a minute. This could work. All right. Let me take care of it. Get out of sight. I'll take it.
Hey, George, can I talk to you a second? I need some advice.
Okay, shoot, but I mean, you're gonna have to hurry.
Okay, look, I know that Beck is not your favorite guy, but he's kind of wearing me down. I mean, how bad could it be if I go out with him?
Really bad, believe me, Sidney. The upper and lower classes were not meant to mix. You were born to muck his stables, maybe brush his pigs, but no way are you supposed to mate with him. Believe me, I went out with a rich woman, I know. I still owe her $6,300.
George, he's coming out. Hey, Aladdin, come over here. Jack, a beer for my friend here. Did you know Italians and Pakistanis have a long history of friendship?
This is historically inaccurate. What do you want?
We want to be your friend.
You are George O'Grady's friends, therefore I hate you.
All right, George O'Grady's friends say you must have us confused with somebody else.
Yeah, we hate George O'Grady.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, guys!
Well, listen, the bar is having a special event tomorrow night, and we want to invite you. It's belly dancing night.
Yeah.
It is?
Yeah, it is. And it gives free drinks to anyone of Pakistani descent.
Hey, plague of 1,000 locusts could not keep me from this bar.
There it is settled. But none of you must breathe a word of this to Mrs. Siddiqui.
Oh, no.
She takes a dim view of debauchery.
Ah, yeah.
Hi, guys. Sidney, could I speak with you for a moment? In private?
Sure, Doc. Oh, what's with all the secrecy?
Well, to be honest, it's just that I'm tired of having my teeth kicked in front of the entire gang every time I ask you out. Anyway, Miss Teasy, flirty. Are we ever going to go out together or what?
Well, I suppose I've tortured you long enough. Sure.
Sure? Really? What, just like that?
Why not? We might have some fun. I get off at 7.
Well, 7 it shall be.
Hey, Sidney.
George, you made it go through my nose. You spying on me?
Oh, I couldn't help overhearing what went on. I can't believe you're going to go out with Beck. I thought you understood me.
George, I will go out with anybody that asks me 50 times.
Will you go out with me? 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 Will you go out with me?
Except you, Frank.
Want to go out with Beck? All right, it's your funeral. Don't expect me to send flowers. Mark my words, men. No good can come from this. This is bad medicine.
Listen talks a lot with ponytail. What business is this of yours?
I happen to like Sidney. We all do. I don't want to see her ruined by Beck. You know the kind of women he goes out with, the kind of lives they lead.
You know, I'm starting to think George may be right. Sidney better be careful. I mean, if she loses her virginity, no man will want her.
I don't think she's a virgin.
You don't think? Or you know?
I know. Hey, don't look at me. I had nothing to do with it.
Who did this thing to my Sidney?
Maybe he had an accident. Nah, wishful thinking. Think it's too soon to call her back? I don't think so.
Hello?
Hi, Sidney?
George?
Yeah.
Why are you calling so late?
Oh, I just happened to be up, you know, and I was wondering if you were home yet. So, did I wake you?
No, I just got in. Oh, hold on a minute. I got some messages. Oh, I got 56 messages. I'm so popular. Hang-ups.
So, can you talk, or is he there?
No, he just dropped me off at the front door.
Oh. Kiss you goodnight?
Just a quick peck.
No tongue action.
I tried. He was like a bear trap.
So, where'd you go?
Well, first we went to dinner, tattoo.
What did you wear?
Basic black dress. You know, the one your girlfriend borrowed when you took her to that play? You know, I had a really good time, George. I've always wondered how the other half lives, and now I know.
Yeah. Now you know. So you can break off the relationship.
Are you crazy? I think it's going to take more than just one date to get this one out of my system.
You're not thinking of going out with him again, are you?
George, I'm going to go to bed now.
Okay. Aren't you going to ask me what I did tonight?
Were you alone?
Yeah.
Then I don't want to know.
Hello, Beck.
Hey, Beck, come here. Sit down.
Afternoon, George. And a particularly pleasant one it is.
Listen, I happen to know you didn't get lucky, so you can wipe that stupid smile off your face.
You talked to Sidney about our day?
Just girl talk.
So, what'd she say?
Well, hate to burst your bubble, but she's only interested in your money.
I find it hard to believe that Sidney could be that shallow.
It's all she cares about. Sorry, Doc.
This comes as quite a surprise.
Yeah, well, there it is.
Quite a pleasant surprise, actually, George. I think that you have just provided me with the key to the castle. Or at least the service entrance that I'm interested in.
You mean you're not bothered that she doesn't care for you as a person?
Does it look like I'm bothered? Oh, come on! What, are you kidding me? No, as a matter of fact, you've given me a terrific idea. I shall invite her up to my family's palatial estate this Saturday night. Well, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to freshen up. Rub a $100 bill behind my ears. Thank you, George.
Frank, you like Beck?
Sure. Which one's Beck?
Hey, guys. Didn't I see Beck come in?
Oh, yeah. He ran into the bathroom. Said his herpes was flaring up. Listen, Sidney, are you doing anything on Saturday night?
No. Why?
Well, would you go out on a date with me? You know, just a friendly date. The 92nd Street Y is having a lecture on obscene crop circles.
Oh, UFOs?
Yeah.
Cool. It's a date, George.
Yeah, I read all about that. Turns out it was a big hoax. It's a couple of drunk guys going out in a field and rolling around in circles. Geez, I wish I had a friend like that.
Sid, I see you for a moment.
Sure, Neil.
Listen, my family's having a little get-together up at Ravenswood on Saturday night. That's the family compound in Connecticut. And, well, I was hoping that you'd be my guest.
I'd love to.
Hey, we heard that. We got a date.
No, we don't.
Yes, we do.
No!
Yes.
No!
Yes.
Please, George is more than welcome to join us Saturday night. I'll simply tell Cook to stuff a few more eels in the grouse.
Oh, that is the sweetest gesture.
Hello, belly dancers.
Hey, there you are. We gotta get out of here. I don't want to get any of those little plague cooties on me.
Yeah.
Come on. Give me a cold beer and a hot belly.
Should be here in a few seconds.
There you go, buddy. So, Pakistani, huh? You guys got the atomic bomb yet?
You know that red dot in your women's forehead? Does that mean they're ready to iron?
Come here, my little hot dish of love.
It's a monologue.
Yasmin? My sister? Just a second wrong.
I have the right. I have a career. This is America.
This is some sort of setup. Who could have hatched such a scurrilous plan?
George O'Grady.
That was George, definitely George.
I should have expected as much. I will redouble my efforts to make his life a living hell. This time, it is personal.
I think it went pretty well.
We did our part.
Yeah, good show.
Just that it's terribly crowded back here. I was wondering if you'd mind riding up front with the driver. You two can talk shop.
Looks like you got a lot of room back there to me. Look, I can sit over there. Hey, wait, hey, what's going on here? What are you? I know what's going on. Hey,
Onward, driver.
hey, I'm not in
Mush.
yet. Hey, wait up. Hey, wait.
Well, is George in yet?
Wait a second.
I don't know. Yes.
Hey, hold it, wait for me. Wait a minute. Hey, I'm not in yet. Hey, hey, I'm not in yet. Oh. Hi, I'm George O'Grady. I drive too.
Really? That's quite a unique skill. Your parents must be very proud.
Listen, can you open this thing for me, please?
What, are your fingers broken?
Hey, Sydney, hot dress. I thought I'd seen about all of those two things I was ever going to get to see.
Well, thank you, George. You look great in a tux.
Yeah.
George, if you'll excuse us.
Hey, Richie Rich, is that a TV back there?
Yes, it is, George. Now, if you don't
Hey,
mind.
wow, you get cable? What do you got, CNN? How about ESPN?
George, what are you doing?
Guess what? I'm watching
You and your friends can wait here in the solarium, Master Beck, and I'll go get your parents.
No, not at all. I'll get my parents. Randy has been with us for years. He's like one of the family. Randy, champagne. Now. Well, I'll be right back. And George, try not to break anything while I'm gone.
Hey, if I break it, I can't steal it. That guy's the most arrogant, patronizing son of a bitch I've ever met.
George, do not ruin this for me.
There's nothing to ruin, Sydney. Can't you see what Beck is doing? He's trying to turn you into something you're not.
Well, who cares? I mean, look at this house. Oh, I could picture myself bossing around people like you and me. Oh, and besides, Neil is a plastic surgeon. He won't be around much. And if it gets really bad, affairs are tolerated in his circle.
You really took the bait, didn't you? Listen, I didn't want to have to do this, Sidney, but you're forcing me. I'm going to prove to you that people like us are not welcome in places like this.
George, Sidney, I'd like for you to meet my parents, Yale and Dot. And this is Grandmama.
Hey, how you doing?
Hello? Well, George, you have quite an attractive daughter.
Oh, he's not my father. He's too old to be my father.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry. I do apologize.
I don't mind. You can't insult me. As long as you keep the hooch flowing, I'm a happy guy.
George is a constant source of amusement. We never know what he's going to say or do next.
That's funny. I don't remember eating that. Hey, I think Grandma likes me. Either that or a Metamucil is backing up.
George, clever though that is, I think you should know that Grandmama's had several strokes.
Lighten up, Beck, will you? She managed a little smile, at least on the right side. So listen, Yale, baby, got a question for you, sweetheart. How did you manage to steal your money anyway? What was it, munitions, slave trade, prostitution, something like that?
Well, actually, George, I made my fortune by founding a toy company.
He could have made a lot more, but he refused to sell toys of war.
Oh, that's a sad story. Well, is it too late to start?
By the way, Yale, decent-looking wife. You know what I mean, huh? Hey, nice body on her, you know? Guess she's number 3, maybe? Number 4? What would she... I know, don't tell me. She was the nanny.
No, I thank you for the compliment, but I'm afraid I'm the one and only Mrs. Beck.
Mother is my crowning achievement. As long as there's an ounce of talent left in these hands, Mother shall have eternal beauty.
Oh, well. Dot and I will just go and have a few words with the staff. Now, you kids just talk and enjoy yourselves.
Please make yourselves at home.
Well, George, they don't seem too stuffy to me.
No, something is wrong here.
Hey, George, why don't you take Grandmama for a walk? Have her show you the Beck family pet crypt. It's just by the pool.
I didn't come all this way to look at a stiff cat.
George, I would like to spend a little time with Neil, alone.
All right. Come on, Granny, we'll go pop a couple of wheelies near the pool.
Here you go, George.
All right, coming through.
Have fun, kids. Alone at last.
Oh, I'm really sorry about George. I don't know what his problem is.
He's jealous
Jealous of what?
of my close proximity to your glowing flesh and all its fatty tissue protuberances.
Wow. Nobody's ever said that to me before.
Has anyone ever done this to you before?
Just about everybody.
You know, I feel partly responsible for your unexpected dip. Hope you're okay.
Oh, she's fine, George, really. It was an accident.
Yeah. You know, you'd think a bunch of rich bastards like you would be able to heat the pool. Fortunately, the old broad is a really strong swimmer. But being paralyzed on one side, she kept paddling around in a circle, you know? She might look skinny, but she's got a forearm on her like Popeye.
Oh, this is a beautiful piano.
Yes, isn't it? That was Ho Chi Minh's piano.
Ho Chi Minh? I never knew he played. I bet the old host didn't know this tune. Let me play it for you.
George, no, please.
Ah, come on now. I got a tune to really get down for these people.
Yes, George, do. It'll be like having our own little musicale.
Yeah. Come on, this is that one I taught you just before you climbed into the cake at the VFW. Now you're going to see their true colors. If it don't fit, don't force it, 'cause you make your mama mad. If it don't fit, don't force it, 'cause you getting bad. Changed the locks 'cause you stayed out till 4. Your key didn't fit, you had to break down the door. If it don't fit, don't force it, 'cause you make your mama mad.
If it don't fit, don't force it, 'cause you make your mama mad. If it don't fit, don't force it, 'cause you know you're being bad. Now, it may stretch, it may not tear it all, but you never get that big new up in my style. Oh, if it don't fit, don't force it, 'cause you make your mama mad. I said, 'cause you make your mama mad. Oh, yeah. 'Cause you make your mama mad.
Absolutely the most delightful evening we've had in years. Now, Sidney and George, having you two around here is just like a breath of fresh air.
Oh, please come back anytime. You're always welcome.
Thank you.
Oh, my dear.
Oh. Listen, thanks for a lovely evening, Dad.
God bless
Good
you.
night, Mom.
Darling.
I guess we'll head back to the city, all right?
Neil, you forgot to say goodnight to Grandmama.
Oh, good heavens. What was I thinking? I'll meet you back in the limo.
Well, George, I hope you learned a lesson. See, people aren't different just because they have money.
Yeah, I know. I can't figure it out. They loved us.
And if you ever darken this house again with that
White trash.
yes, that white trash, you will find yourself out in the street with the gutter rats you fraternize with. Now, be gone.